What's going on, rogues? How you doing? My name is Pone. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button. Do it. I'm telling you, 5 out of 4 rogues recommend. So, every day, man. Every day on the Twitters, on the social medias, on the streams, everybody's like, Pone, do you recommend this game? Is this game good? Should I buy this game? And what would you compare it to? And I'm going to address all of those questions right now in this video, guys. So I hope you guys have looted and you are in full high-end gear right now because I am about to drop a MAGA honesty on you. So, truth is, people keep asking me, what's this game like? Is it like Destiny? And people keep throwing that up, like Division versus Destiny. Which is better? And to be real with you, there is really no way to determine that because they have entirely different in-games. One is built around Crucible, PvP. The other is built around in-game grind, which is more about the PvE. So you can't really compare two different things. It's like comparing Messi to Jordan. Yeah, they may be great in their own ways, but they're still different. You can't really compete with the two. So, I want to let you know that the game this most closely resembles is Diablo. Now, I know naturally you're going to be like, how do you even get to that conclusion, Pone? These people are using guns. Diablo is kind of like a fantasy hack and slash. Why? Where do you even get that from? And if you think about it, for those that know Diablo, you guys should understand exactly what I'm talking about if you've played both. Diablo and this game both run out and play the exact same way. What you're going to do is you're going to pick up the game. You're going to end up completing the story mission, which will shortly lead you to the max rank. Upon hitting max rank, all that there is left to do is to grind for gear. Technically, the end game is just repetitively doing the same missions over and over, and I know just hearing that makes you think like, well, why would I want to do that? There's something just down inside of our code as people that makes us want to see how RNG works. It's why things like CSGO case openings and how addictive in gambling those things are, because people want to open cases. They want the right camos, they want the knives, they want the factory news, and they'd love to see that kind of thing play out. And with a game like this, you kind of do that while farming for loot. The thing is, the whole actions are repetitive. And truthfully, with such an in-depth and intricate loot system available, you can never, ever get a full, perfect build with a game like this or Diablo. You can farm and play for thousands of hours, and even in that period, you'll be lucky to ever get one perfect item. And it's just because it's that rare, it's that hard, short of, you know, any sort of crafting exploit. It just doesn't happen, just because there's so many variables in the stats. So with that, why play if you can never really get to the end game, to the goal where you can get perfect? And it's because there's always room for upgrades. There's always room for improvements, and you can go for them. And while testing the luck and trying to find it, and it's so rewarding when you finally get that one piece of gear you've been looking for, and it's awesome. It's a cool feeling to know you invested time into it, and it finally pays off. And that's what this game is. So a lot of people are like, oh, that's just stupid. And this game's not for everybody. As much as I want to just be like, hey, go buy this game. It's awesome. It's not for everyone. Some people are going to look at this game and be like, this is absolutely terrible. There's probably only two types of people that have opinions about this game. Either A, you're going to think it's the dumbest game in the world, and I don't even understand why people play it because it's boring. Or B, you're going to play the hell out of the game and invest hundreds, if not thousands of hours into it. There's not really a happy medium there, and it's just how these grind games work. So when you pick this game up and you're thinking it's going to be like Destiny, it's nothing like Destiny. Not at all. Truth is, there aren't many shooter games built in this manner for the grind out there in general, let alone modern-based ones. So this is attracting a unique audience with it on top of what these types of games already attract. And they have a franchise here. They have a very, very good and potentially incredible 10-year, 20-year line of success with this game if they execute it properly. Now, there have only been two problems that I've had with this game, and both of them were major problems. Of course, one of them was the level progression system. For me, I almost never even got to the end game, and it was because the story mission was so slow to generate levels at the early part that I almost quit this game entirely. I badmouthed it, I ran it on Twitter because it was slow. I pumped like 5 hours in, got to like level 6, and I was like, this is too damn slow. This game is terrible. I don't even want to play it anymore. And for some reason, they kind of do things a little bit back-asswards compared to most games that I play. Normally, you get the first few levels really, really fast, kind of like how you progress in the Dark Zone, and then it starts to slow down as you get closer to the end-game serious, you know, max rank. And I don't know why they didn't do it that way. It was kind of weird to me, but hopefully they fix that in time because it was very hard as a first impression for me picking up as a first-time player to just move and progress that slow. I almost never even played their game a second time because it was that bad. But alas, if you're playing for the first time and you're watching this video, understand it does get better. I don't want you to have the same mistake that I did. Now, the other issue is that the gameplay itself is kind of generic. It's kind of stale because there aren't too many interesting abilities, and for an RPG, it's important to have a variety of abilities and enemies. Every enemy in this game is simple. Every time I know I go around a corner, it's just another guy with a different gun. It's not very threatening, it's not very interesting, they're not going to force me out of camping spots because, truth is, every bad guy and enemy you will encounter, you can beat by just simply keeping your distance and pulling out a marksman rifle. It's so easy to do. It's so easy to do, and they can't do anything about it, and because of that, it makes it a little bland to me. I mean, like, come on now, make it awesome. But this is still a new game. There's still room for them to add in new bad guys, more threatening enemies, and they need to do that ASAP, actually, because for a game that's built around the grind, doing the same runs and same routes, going in circles, killing the same guys over and over and over again, you need a little bit of variety, so the activity itself, the grind itself, is more interesting, so that it's more tolerable and just easier to swallow. But even in its state right now, it may not be the most entertaining gameplay experience itself, but you gotta understand that's gonna be a key component to determining how much people play this game. You can have an amazing free roam, a large-scale map, the best loot system in the game, but all of that is useless if the gameplay itself is kind of stale. So if they work on that, you got a crazy good future with this game. So as it stands, I'm enjoying the end game. I hated the story mission, I hated the grind up to max level, but everything after that I thoroughly enjoyed and will continue to play. So even though it is a little bland, it's a little boring and repetitive, it's still entertaining enough and rewarding when you get that fat loot and that upgrade. I've pumped lots of hours into it, and I'm happy with it. But, as a reminder, for those that are still listening, this game may not be for you. There are going to be people that are going to absolutely hate this game. Do not buy this game thinking it's going to be like Destiny, because it's not. Do not buy this game thinking it's going to be like Call of Duty, because it's not. It's an entirely different game because it's played differently at the end. Those games have replayability with like PvP and stuff. So until that, if ever, will be implemented into this game, the only thing there is to do is just get better gear. And the best way to do that is running around the dark zone, killing the same dudes over and over and over again. And I'm going to leave you with a parting gift. Go ahead, open it. What are those, you ask? Those are bullshit goggles. Let me help you out real quick. We know there's a whole lot of content in this game. Content's great. Lots of content in a steady flow, like they've promised, is a good thing. What you need to understand, though, is you can keep pumping in tons of content, but if it's encounters and missions, it's probably going to end up being a one and done with this game. You're going to play it once, you're going to realize that you're not getting the loot that you would do from your normal activities, you're going to go back right to doing what you were getting that fat loot with, grinding for more upgrades, and probably never play those things again, so we know lots of content's coming. There's a very good chance that it's not really going to be played more than once. So as alluring and as attractive as that may be to suck you back into the game, it may not be great. So this game's addictive. You're going to play the hell out of this game. You're probably going to play a lot of it, too much of it, honestly, compared to most games, and you'll burn yourself out after a few weeks, and stop playing for a few weeks, and come back and revisit it and do it all over again. That's kind of how these games work. Then, one last bit of advice. Go watch a live stream of it. I'm not confident saying, this is a must-buy. To me, I love these kinds of games, so this is right up my alley. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, are not going to enjoy a game like this. I'm not confident in saying, yeah, go pick this up, you're going to love it, because it's probably not going to end up your flavor, or it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And I don't want to risk you getting disappointed and wasting money when you could have bought something else. So watch a live stream. Go find somebody in the dark zone doing runs, and sit there for an hour straight. If you see them getting the loot, and you think it's cool, and you want to try to do it yourself, the game's for you. Go pick it up, invest the money. If you think it's the stupidest, most boring thing in the world, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to enjoy this, then save it. Put it on something else. That's probably the easiest way to determine whether or not you're going to like this game. Watch a live stream. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new here. Lots of Division content coming, and I will see you around sometime.